Alright, welcome to another quick look around, the second one today. You lucky people. I've already done Glen Isla. That went live this morning. This one will go live almost as soon as that's finished rendering and uploading and then YouTube done its bit. This is version 2 of Riverview Farm by Cavalier Roy. I'm glad I remembered all that. Guys, my age, I get very confused very easily. Well, I'm going to just whip round some of the bits which I know I've changed. Now, I can't remember. I'm going to apologise now. I can't remember what's changed from version 1 to version 2 because I haven't played version 1 much lately. I've been playing an early version of version 2. But one thing I remember has changed. It's a freight yard. Not so much here, but on certainly an early version. I think this is all new actually. From version 1 to version 2, and on an early version of version 2, these trees were right out in the road. They've been moved back. Left one here, but that's no real problem. I could do me one bit of forestry on the map, just cut that one down. Now, as I said, I've been playing this some time, and I'm enjoying this immensely. Doing my family farm series on this, and I think it's going to be one of those long-running series. If it doesn't see 100 episodes, I'll be very surprised. Provided I don't go bust in the meantime, because it's very easy on this map. If you play it on full hard on, it's very easy. You know, you must be seeing there's a lot of fields been bought on this, but I'm just going to show you the other thing. This is sawmill. Now, on version 1 and early version 2s, which I been playing, you used to end up on the hills somewhere up there when you press to visit the sawmill. Not anymore. So we're going to go back and pick up the Mahindra, hopefully. There we are. Now we're just going to stop change one or two things. I only just loaded this in. I have had a look at it, but I haven't actually been just remember what I'm doing. Playing this much, I turn this time down to normal. Traffic on. Well, it's no traffic, so it doesn't matter. Want that off. That's okay. I'm just going to put this to how I normally would play it. On. That's on. Oh, difficulty. No. We want hard. I tell you. No answer to that really. Right, yeah, I think that's everything done now. So we just come out of here and we're going to have a little drive up to the farm and we'll have a little farm. Now, I'll start this on easy level. On Glen Isla I went from easy then to hard, but this one I'm not going to give a full map tour, so I'm going to keep it on easy all the time. The biggest single difference between this and version 1 is Roy took pity on those who just want to play and are not interested in a real struggle. So I call it easy, but it's not really easy. You start with a ready-built farm. So we're going to have a look at the ready-built farm. Now, I've travelled this road several times. Numerous times. All the textures have changed. I think I'd done a preview of version 2 on what I was using, showing off quite a bit of what had been changed between 1 and the version 2 I had. Well, it's gone even further now, as you can see. It's a very nice, interesting map. Wherever you go, there's something to look at. Now, that's what I found this year on the maps we've got on PCSG. There isn't many, to be honest. 2 by Roy, 1 by Scuderia, and I think that's our limit at the moment. But they've all got things to look at. I think why FS19 has been done, you have to add interest. Now you can see we've still got the newbie farm sign. That's staying. Roy has assured me that's going nowhere. Right, we're now in the easy stage, right? Or the start with the farm. You've got the old barn here. You've got your a vehicle store here with, well, you can see the tracks. I'll run through quickly what we've got in a moment. I don't think I'm going to mention everyone. It's a water tank, lime tank, and You even got fuel here with this Bowser. You start with cows. Yes, I got water as well. Huh? Well done, Roy. You gave them water. No muck yet, I notice. Your grain store. You got the big grain store. You got 2 bunkers for silage. I haven't actually tried bunkers on 19 yet. I really must. More stores, and I can remember these are all placeable, so they can be removed if you wish. Another vehicle store over here. Not certain which size cattle storage put in. And you can see they're all fed. And already been messy by the looks of it. Chickens here. And with some eggs already. Well, they are productive. I would recommend if you're doing eggs, get that mod which adds a pallet or to it, because you will regret it if you don't. It's a devil's own job. Now I'm running this with very few mods. One mod I have got on is the let's go to farmhouse first, shall we? When you first time you load this in, you'll start down the garage. After that, you'll start, if you're running on the ready-made farm, you'll start at the ready-made farm. Got to remember my way through here, because there's a little bit different to why, because I started from scratch on the family farm because particular things I wanted, and because you can't put a placeable in here, even with the place anywhere, that just won't fit. I went up for, but this is your farmhouse, your standard farmhouse. Very nice. So we'll now go and have a look at the rest of the actual farm you own, and the yard you start with. Oh. See, plenty of trees about. He's actually added more trees. Now Roy likes his trees. He doesn't like forestry, but he likes his trees. I can go with that. I don't like forestry, but I like to see trees. And I like to see trees in the most awkward place as well. I'm a masochist. Right. Up here. Whoa. Oh, we missed it. We didn't quite hit it. Oh, go me. Right, we'll just get out and look here. More equipment. There is a ton of equipment when you start the map. And I think now if you start on with hard economy, you are still going to struggle. So you want plenty of equipment, but start with on hard economy mode. Just for the hell of it, we'll just take this down to ease. You can have another look at it. Now you can see. Oh, no, it's still not as high as you get in a vanilla map, but it's a damn sight higher than on hard, as you can see. I think the one thing he hasn't changed milk or eggs. So eggs look like they pay very well. Milk also pays very well, and we know that. Well, for me anyway, I'll just change that back to hard, just in case I decide to play on this one. I have got another save. To get the best out of it, I will say it would pay to start a new save game, but that's not an absolute necessity. You start with some sheep. Again, I don't know how many. Let's have a look, shall we? Let's see how many you start with. Cows, you got black and white cow, and you start with 80. You start with 35, well, 35 brown, 34 white, and 23 black chickens. So you got a hell of a lot of chickens there. And you got 25 white sheep, 23 brown, 28 black and white, and 20 black sheep. So you got a good selection, and actually most of them colours shine. It won't show them all. It's all of our farm sim games. It never shows all the animals. I'm feeling lazy. Now, through mods I left grass destruction in because I happen to like grass destruction. It amuses me to watch the grass go. It also amuses me as for people who don't like it. For me, it's a natural thing. So I've got the grass destruction mod in. I also got both Mowgli's and the other drive helpers in. I'm using Mowgli for the shuttle, and almost everything else is coming from the other one. I can't remember its name, but that's about it for the mods. Oh, course play. Right, you guess you've got some straw bales, you've got some hay bales, and you've got some chocolate bars. Oh no, sorry, no. Silage bales, all square. This is not short of equipment. Now let's have a look at the equipment. Always have a look at some point. I don't think I'm going to read it all out, but let's have a look at this. 4, 5, 6. It's 6 tractors, a combine, the Big M, a telehandler. The Mahindra doesn't come with it. That's one I added in myself. A tipper trailer, or the header for the combine, cultivator, culti plough here, or subsoiler they call it. The 6 metre seeder and the 6 metre planter. The coon spray, the Bredel. Is that it's one of those full size one? I can't remember now. But the Bredel spreader. The smaller of the weeders, but this one you can actually add seed to. I should see, was it grass? Must be radish. I'm not sure what that one is offhand. I can't remember. A tedder, a rake, a forage wagon, big coon square baler, the picker upper, the wrapper, the Silo King mixer, the straw spreader. You get that straw spreader because Roy couldn't figure out how the other one worked. He's going to hate me for telling you that. Water tanker, John Deere forks plus normal range of equipment, universal bucket, bale spike, and I think that one's for the telehandler, bale spike for the telehandler. The petrol tanker, so you got 400 litres of fuel you can carry on the site, so you can keep running. Large cow pasture, large sheep pasture, large chicken coop, large grain silo, bunkers. Then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 11. Sorry, it's 11 sheds. You can sell all those off if you want. A water tank, farm storage shelter, that's the old barn, farmhouse, and that's it. That's all you get. And if you can't make money on that, forget it. Right now, yes, let's have a look and see what fields you get next. I'm just going to tear a counter off. There's a bit of distraction up there. I shouldn't go too much on what I showing either. I find that may not be run at maximum frames per second, but it's very good indeed, because I don't notice any stutter with it when I'm playing. But I haven't got a potato, but I haven't got the best of machines anymore. Right, well, you start with fields 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 44, 45, 47. I think they're the numbers, yeah. Oh, I forgot. Down here you also start with 16, 17 and 18. A lot of fields. got to keep you busy. And they're all in different states, and you can see they're all... No, sorry, you don't start with 17. So, no, you don't start with 17. You're all the way around. Got carried away there. 16 and 18 down here. They all need ploughing. They all need fertilising. None need weeding yet, but that comes in a bit later, the weeds. None of them need lime at the moment, but we probably will do soon. Just to cheer up. Right, let's have a little drive round. That's the main farm, and there's a lot to... This takes me back to how Roy started a lot of his ones, with enough equipment for you to have some fun with. We'll just take a look at one or two of the sale points. I won't go through them all, there's quite a few of them. And there's not many main roads, not many hard top roads, but it's a hell of a lot of dirt tracks. You'll get fed up with riding through dirt tracks and getting lost. Everybody gets lost. Sorry, almost everybody. I noticed at Farmer Klein when he done a run through on version 1, he managed to go from the mill, the grain mill, through to the sawmill. Now that is hard. I can't do it. I'm not even going to try, and I don't think Roy can do it either. And he only made the map. But this is now all on dirt roads. Almost everywhere you go is on a dirt road. There's a few sell points that are still on tarmac. Well, a port, for example. No, it was the majority on just off tarmac roads, but the notable ones that are off dirt is the sawmill, the mill itself, the grain mill. Excuse me. Bit of frog in my throat. There's another one somewhere. Oh, freight yard. And the freight yard and grain mill are fun to get to. We'll have a look at those in a moment. We're making our way up there now. I know a mod I got into the no collision mod, just so the camera stays in the same place all the time, even if I can't see. Your buy point for your equipment is here. It's quite close to the farm, so you haven't got that far to travel. I haven't actually checked, but I think everything's reset here. In fact, we will just find out. Let's buy something cheap. Oh, weight is cheap, isn't it? Buy the smallest weight, that'll do. Customise. Buy. Yes. Right, now what we want to do is have a look and check where that resets to. Now, it spawns in here, all the way along here they spawn. Now I've got to remember how you reset on this now. I can't remember. This is embarrassing. Oh, 1 minute. Equipment. Oh, come on, where? It's not showing on this map. That's a bit naughty. Oh, so I can't remember how to reset anything. No, it's showing some of them. Let's have a look, see what it shows there now. We're down here. Here we are. Reset. Yeah, I reset back here just to confirm that. That took me a little while. Just could not for a lot. I know I had to reset. Hardly had to reset anything. That's why. Because when you do reset, something costs. If you reset, I don't know if it's still if you reset a vehicle, if you lose most of the fuel in it. Right, we'll have a look at the freight yard. I'm not going to do all the buildings here. Now now coming into the town. Now this town is rather nice. I like this town. It's like one of my other favourite maps. One of my favourite all-time map, Old Ridge. It's got a lovely mixture of old and new buildings. This here is an older building. As you can see, it's the sun's that way, so it's got a dabbled effect. Just put a light on it. You see, it's an old timber frame building, but right next to it is a modern house. It gives the sense of a town that's been here some time for me, and that does make a difference if you've got a mixture of old and new buildings. Now most of the sell points are new because the textures on the ones that Roy has been using for donkey's years was getting past it, shall we say, just to be kind. And it's quite a sizable town. You can see we've got houses all along this road. We've got over the island, we've got more houses, and we'll go over the island. We'll just have a look at a couple of sell points over here. The bridge has certainly been changed from version 1. We now got a wider bridge. Some people like it, some people prefer the older bridge. I know, I think it was Chris who chatting to me said he preferred the older bridge because it made it more of a challenge. Agreed. Boy, did that make it a challenge. But I like the new bridge as well. I like the old bridge, but right, over here you have your fill. This is the only fill point on the map, so you have to come in to get your fill. Somewhere here, I think this is the egg sell point here. It's the egg and grind sell point. Let's have a look. Don't just yammer on about things you don't know. I very rarely get sent here, that's the problem. Farm shop. Egg, milk. Oh yeah, that's it, egg and milk here. Tag place. Oh, too close, it takes the tag out. I have to remember that when I'm using the tag. Whoa, stop. I've also got the engine brake mod in. Yeah, I know, it's my fault. There we are. That's the farm shop. Sell point for eggs and milk. This is quite a large area, this island. And there's quite a lot of houses on there and a lot of boats. If you're into speed boats, we'll probably be in heaven here. You see, it's back roads, it's all narrow, there's no traffic on the map and no people, so don't expect to see them. But I don't think that distracts from them. This is one of those maps that doesn't distract. Some it does, this one I don't think it does. Others will disagree, of course. And we just have a little drive around the island. You see quite big houses in here too. Oh dear, I cannot drive very well out of cab. And just opposite is the little house. With the washing out on the line. In the end here is another house. Medium-sized house this time. I know you're getting fed up with me talking about houses. Let's find my way out. I'm going to get in the cab for a little while. Mind you, if I crash now, I've got no excuse ever. One thing with the engine braking mod activated, it takes some slowing down. I think we're down here. Oh yes. Over there, you see there's little wharfs and quays and tie-up points for boats all the way along here. I can't remember, is the big boat still in the river over there? Oh yeah, there it is. Just get a bit further on, you can see it a bit better. There we're straight ahead, middle of the screen. Yeah, right. done me sightseeing. Now we're going to have a look at the freight yard. I think we just do the freight yard and do one or two on that side. 'Cause I'm not going to show you where everything is, but there's a bit of everything here. You see a nice mix of new and old houses. As I said before, it makes it look like it's a real life place which is growing up over the years. Now Maypole's Island, oh yeah, and down there there's yet more houses. And in the 17th version, which was called Newbie then, the Excel point was down there in version 4 of that. And not, well, that's the one I'm doing the challenge on. And at times, I hate Roy for what he's done. Other times, I love him for what he's done. He can't get it right, you know. Now, Roy's a lovely chap, and anything I say is in good fun. There's churchyard here. I like this church, and it actually gave a lovely backdrop to the first episode of Family Farm. Now, there's little side bits. No, that one I think takes you down to the fields, but there's one on the other side just takes you down to the river. So not every road takes you to where you want to go. Trying to think how long this is going to be. This is probably about a 40-minute video, possibly 45. And we'll come up to cab again now, because we're actually into the area you might want to see. Now, there's trees all over the place, and we will go into one of the forestry areas. These ain't really, this is just general trees. It's a very tree-intensive place. Now, I was going to show you the road up to one of these sale points. This is the freight yard. If you come from this way, it's a hell of a pull up. You want a good tractor to get up here, especially from this way. It is easy coming from the other way because you haven't got to slow down there so much. Here you're having to turn against yourself a bit. You've got to slow down a bit, and then you're up here, and with the mass weight adjustment, whoa, it is a real struggle. And this is a sell point for almost all grain. I'm not certain what else it sells now. Can't remember it. Let's have a look. This is the freight yard, all grain, yeah. Yeah. Almost everything, with the exception of cotton, wool, wood chips, silage, hay, and straw not sold in, or muck. There's one or two things that isn't on the map. Now, if I remember right, this is the one without the BGA, if I remember correctly. Oh, just put all the port is there. Port mill. I'm certain this one hasn't got BGA. No. And that's a good reason for that. Not everywhere has BGAs. I know around where I live, I don't think there's any. Which is why on 17, when Old Boy built Blickling, I managed to speak in a minute, farm, he didn't put a BGA in the area because there wasn't one. And the same reason he didn't put a dairy in. All milk had to be collected. There wasn't one in the area. Wasn't one or two other things, but they were close enough and people were carting to them anyway, like the sugar factory. But not everywhere has everything, and not every map should have everything. I agree with Roy on his policy there. You don't want to put everything into a map. Now we come down this way, we do a couple more, try and get round to the port after we've done the next one. we've missed the bakery out. That's in between. That's the road that goes down the middle of the map. We'll have a look at the mill as well, hopefully. And we need to go and have a look at some forestry areas, of course. Now, this isn't a place I would suggest that you want to bring a scorpion to. Oh, not if you drive like that, you don't. As you can see, it's damned hard going. I don't know if we can get back, if this goes back round onto the road again. Don't think it does. Well, close your eyes, you're going to see a bit of Deirdre. Well, I can see, you're going to see a bit of Deirdre. Well, you would have done if I had hit the tree. Well, there we go. Well, we're down. Back on the road again. I didn't say I was the world's best driver. Down here's another sell point. I'm trying to, like, held to remember what this one is. Oh, this, I think it's the spinnery. I feel certain this one is the spinnery. Come on. Show yourself. Oh, these are all switched off. Okay, how did you switch yourself off again? Yeah, there's a spinnery down there. So your wool and your cotton's also down here. Brewery, I think, is the next one on the list. It's a bit frightening, I know my way around. Well, almost know my way around. No, by the way, all hedges are fully collidable. All trees are collidable. All posts are collidable. So whatever you hit, it's going to stop you. And there's one or two little hidden fields. There's one, I think we're coming up to now. That's after the brewery anyway. But there's field 31, I think it is. It's hidden away a bit. Be a nice place to start on a multiplayer. I'm going to suggest 31. This odd house is a little settlement. Well, this is more a settlement than an odd house here. Spotted around the map. Wouldn't want to do their gardens. It doesn't look very smooth, does it? And there's views over the sea. This is quite a large settlement. I forgot how large this one was. The trouble is I play and I don't always take too much notice of what's going on. This should be the brewery. This has been updated. This is a modern take on it. A lot of the modern stuff is from Giant's own stuff. So that the textures fit properly. As Roy says, he doesn't make any, it doesn't model anything. He just puts the different models together to make an excellent map. And this is it. Now down here, is it down this one? Yeah, it's down here. It's a more hidden field. Remember Darren's Riverview Farm, where he had quite a few, I think it's 6 which was well hidden. Well, this is similar on here. Always has been on here for years, of course. This is an old series, not an old map, an old series. And there we are, this is field 31. A little bit out of the way, but as you can see too, you don't want to bring too much really big equipment in it. The big potato harvest, self-propelled potato harvester, will be a nightmare getting down to some of these fields. So be warned. That takes you up to forestry area up there. There's forestry areas all over the place. We've seen the sawmill, I show you that right at the start. So we almost seen everything. We only got Was the barn? No, I think we missed that. We've gone past the barn. That's at the animal sell point. Used to be up with the mill, but it's been moved now. Another small settlement here, a couple of 3 houses. Because you could say that these are workers' cottages for both the mill and the port. Port's the same as the one I showed you a few weeks ago when I done a quick run through of the early work on version 2. Now, what do I think of the map? Let's come down to the nitty-gritty. I love this map. This map suits me in my play style down to the ground. I can crash with ease anywhere on here. I can get stuck anywhere. I can get lost. The way I play, what more do I want? And this is the I will take down the port sale point. This is it. There we are, the port sale point. And I think last time I was on here showing you that didn't have the actual tipping point put in. You could tip here, but it didn't actually have the grid in. It has now. But this is Giant's Port, but well done by Roy, because he placed it in the right place. Okay, he always had a port here, but it looks right. It actually looks better than the poor old one he had, which was frankly past it. It was past its sell-by date. The road goes on a bit, but that's mainly to another forestry area. You could, and I think Stu has spent hours cutting trees down on here. Well, no one, Stu. We will just go to the mill. Another bit was been massively updated from version 1. Again, you can see you don't want to bring too big down here. A road train could be a bit of a nightmare bringing along here, but not as much of a nightmare as it will be to get up here. Did you like a bit of driving there? Going in and out of the trees. This is the mill. Tip point here. Lovely drive through Tip point. There seems to be plenty of headroom too. If you find your time right, you don't want to be under one of these beams. But if you get it to this high point here somewhere, you're not going to be far out. But I like the mill. The mill is a lovely building. And it looks right. Actually, I worked at an animal feed mill several years ago, and it looks like an animal feed mill. I'm afraid it's a flour mill, I think, but it looks like an animal feed mill. And you actually got steps here you can go up. Can't go through the door, but look at the food here. In fact, that's the trouble. I've got that tree in the way. Timber. I might take a picture from a screenshot from there. Got this old outbuilding. Seen better days. Windows broken. Looks like the door's been nailed up. Not quite so high texture as here, but let's see, what have we missed? We're done. Oh, let's done it again. Keep taking the things off there. Don't stop doing it. Oh boy. I want all the filters on, please. No way to... Right, let's have a look here. What we missed. We've done the port, the mill. We had a look at the sawmill. There's nothing else up this way. Take that off. Farm shop we looked at. The shop we looked at. Oh yeah, we've got two left. Tell you what, we'll go on for about a 50-minute video, and we'll just whip back towards those. If we carried on, I'll tell you when we get there. The main road just cycles around the map. It's quite simple. You won't get lost on the main road. Just stay on the main road. You won't get lost. You won't go anywhere, but you won't get lost. If you actually take this track to the right, you actually come back to the farm and also to the sawmill, or the road to the sawmill, because a whole load of fields in there. Boy, there's some fields in there. Whoa! I hope you're all impressed that I'm actually staying out of the cab for most of this, so you get best view of everything. I haven't really looked at forestry area. Forestry does not concern me, I'm afraid. Which is why on this channel you very rarely see look-rounds of big maps. I don't like big open maps. They're not my style. And if I was to do a review or a look-round of those, I wouldn't be very fair to it because I don't like them. Which is why I don't do them. I'm a believer that if you don't like something, don't actually try and show it off, because if you show it off, your personal food is going to come through. Now, if you go up to the right there, you come back to the farm, to the bridge to the farm. It just circles all the way around. But we're going back this way because I want to go up the centre and have a look at both the animal feed place where the barn is now, and the bakery. And I think we will have done everything. There's little stands of trees everywhere. This is nowhere in particular or everywhere. That's the brewery, which we've already done. So we do it again. I'll just get another pint whilst I'm here. I know I sound like I had a pint or two already. But I love the foods here. I love the mixture of buildings. Now, I'm someone who wasn't at first too worried about the different buildings, but I'm learning now. I'm learning to have a look at the other things rather than the farming. Is this the one? Yeah, this is the road. Another narrow road. Very twisty, this road. As you see, if you look up there, more stands of trees there. These are all lumber trees, nice and straight, and up on the hillside here. It looks like the icons are gone again. It's not the map, it's something on here. Well, this is, I can tell you, this is the animal place, this is the barn. You tip your bales here. Now, Roy originally on this had the tip point inside the barn. You try using that with a auto loader. Wasn't possible, so he's been kind and moved it out. And this is the animal place. As you can see, this is where you can buy your animals. Turn that off. Don't think there's any other tip point here. This is just to buy and sell animals. If you want to do it by hand, and you can go around the back of the building. Building looks good. Everything's nicely anchored. And we just, last bit, we're going to carry on up here. Carry on up the Khyber. Sorry, I'm a great fan of those double entrees, Anton's the Carry On series. That's my type of humour. You don't know how hard it is for me to just not make suggestions and suggestible things on here. I control myself admirably. Well, I don't know. I bet you should really give this some sort of score. Well, this is another 5 out of 5. This is a bigger map than... This is a stand size map, but it seems bigger. Well, it is bigger than Maypole. It seems bigger than Glen Isla because there's a little bit more on here, but they're both equally as good as each other for different reasons. I love the way that Scuderi has done the paths and that, especially the lesser long tracks with the grass down the centre. A lot of work there to do that. And this is the bakery. Your tip point is here. And one other thing to note on here. Here they have all switched off again. Stay on, will you? Alright, one thing to note here is in the selling points, the brewery takes wheat and barley only, which is the only things you'd send into a brewery. You wouldn't send that much wheat in, you'd send mainly barley in. The bakery takes wheat, barley, and oats, and some, maize, potatoes, because you make potato bread, and that's right. Eggs, of course, you need, and milk. Nothing you wouldn't actually need. They've been thought about. These sell points, some time has been spent on them. Because the port will take, I think, everything. It won't take cotton or wool, and some of the lesser things, but it takes just about everything else. It should expect the sawmilkers will only take wood, and the farm shop, we know take milk and eggs. The freight yard will take almost everything, but it's set up right. The mill will take just about everything, every grain anyway. Yeah, all grains. Again, that's right. It's not just been. Oh, we have a sell point. We let it sell everything. Touch. Roy has thought about that. He will admit to the fact. Well, he probably thinks I think he can't think, but that's another matter. But there has been some thought into what you can sell where. And he's also kept his sell points down to a fairly low number. Again, I think. Oh, and one thing I will just tell you, a little bit of a joke, that you won't find in your farm, your ready-made farm, a pressure washer. Roy is one of these people who like to see the equipment dirty. So do I, actually. I will wash equipment after I've used it hard and after a season, or in a case of, I think on Blickling at the moment, I've been carting muck in the grain trailer. I will wash the grain trailer out after that, as you would anyway, but I tend to treat them as you would. You wouldn't wash every night, not if you're going to use the equipment on the same job the next day or the day after. Waste of time, waste of energy. Oh well, we've almost done a complete lap of the circuit, with the exception of the road down this side. We haven't done the whole thing here, and I'm not going to. We just go back past the farm shop, the equipment shop. So I think we've done everything with the exception of forestry justice, only because they do, as I said on numerous occasions, they don't like forestry. I'm not that keen on production maps. I prefer a straight farming map, which is what this is. So this suits me down the ground. So it's 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5, however many you want. It's maximum points, same as I gave Scuderi, Glen Isla, and the same as I give Maypole. They're excellently made maps. So I think with that, as we make our way back to the farm, and I'm going to have to skip across to the mill and get a screenshot there, I think. Oh no, I've just seen the cliff over there. If we can climb that, we get a lovely shot. And remember, it is a pathway up to it. It's a pathway up to almost everywhere. This path takes you back past the sawmill. I will just, come along with me. We just go for a little trip. I really should be in cab to do this. This is the sawmill road, or one of the sawmill roads. I must be stupid to take this. It's out here somewhere. There should be a road off to our left here somewhere. Is it this one? No, I don't think so. No, it isn't. It's just going in a farm. But there's a track comes off to the left, and we might as well drive to the sawmill. We drove to everywhere else, and I didn't think I'd be saying that. Oh yeah, I see where we are now. You can see on the map. Icons are gone again. Seems ever doesn't like me shutting it off the map for some reason. You can see the sawmill there. We've just got to find the road through to it. And I say, this lumber area, you wouldn't bring a scorpion up here. Well, you might, but you'd be stupid to. I should really keep quiet but not be certain where I'm going, shouldn't I? So I could really amaze you all with my knowledge of the way around. I know my way around quite a bit of the map, especially the bits to do with grain sales and that in the fields, but this is different. And there we are. This is the final bit. This is the sawmill. Yeah, logs go in here, and somewhere here was I think it's just logs in here. Can't remember where the tip was for wood chips. There has to be one, but I can't remember now. Not that it ever concerned me. It may all be the same place, of course. It will never concern me anyway. But this is okay. Out for a sawmill, somewhere I never go. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please consider leaving a like. If you're not a subscriber, go on, subscribe. I do these type of things. I will mainly be looking at maps, small maps, and some large maps that may just end up on PCSG if I like them enough. I will not do any that are not to my taste. It's not fair on me, it's not fair on the map author, and it's not fair on you. Oh yes, look at this for a few. Oh, I've got a tab on this somewhere. Untab, that's better. I bet they're all gone. They have all gone again. Put them all on again. They all go again now. But look. That for a few. Anyway, I'm trying to get... Oh yes, any questions, comments, queries, feel free to put them in the comment section under this video. If you've got any queries about this map, join PCSG, which is where you have... It's one of two places you can download. Although I don't think version 2 is up on FSUK yet, and I'm not certain it will be. There's a little bit of a argy-bargy in the background, but I'm not going to go into that. But it's certainly on PCSG. I will link it in the description. I'll also link Roy's YouTube channel, so you can watch him. If you're that inclined, some of us are. With that, it's Beer would say cheerio for now. Cheerio.